Time now for lunch break, and Carlyn Berghoff from Berghoff Catering and Restaurant Group is back here with us today. And I want to thank you for stopping by because you have an interesting concept here for people who may be allergic or certain diseases to foods.
Yeah, absolutely. My daughter was diagnosed with celiac disease 2 years ago, so our whole house went gluten-free, and since then I have been catering to people that have those challenges, and I'm developing recipes for a cookbook that's going to come out in late 2012. And so this is one of the recipes, the preview.
Oh, that's great. So you have lots of dishes here because I imagine that some people would think that you have to then give up good-tasting food, which is not the case.
It's not the case, but it is a lot of trial and error, and it's a different kind of cooking in your kitchen.
All right, let's what are you preparing here?
So this is an apple and pear pie, and what I did was I put cinnamon and nutmeg on the apples and pears because I like the cinnamon and nutmeg to soak in.
It smells so good,
and
too.
then we're going to put, and it's also like not a lot of pots and pans to be washing with this dish, too. So you put it into your pie pan that you've sprayed with a non-stick spray, and then we're going to mix the wet ingredients. We're using Bisquick instead of regular flour, and agave nectar instead of sugar, and you use half the amount when you use agave nectar.
Why is that?
Because the compoundness of agave nectar, you don't need as much, so it's healthier. And then I'm using almond milk because Sarah's also allergic to dairy, and Earth Balance.
Which is Earth Balance?
Earth Balance would be considered a butter replacement. So no butter, and then eggs. And then all you do is pour this over the pie, and it bakes. It comes out looking just like that. And the crumble that's on the top is just like a crumble that you would, see on a coffee cake. It's got the Bisquick, it's got the butter, it's got almonds, and a little bit more cinnamon, and it is an amazing dessert. It
smells so good, too. And it looks good, as you can see from this finished product that we have right here. You get a chance to see it browns very nicely on top, too, doesn't it?
It cooks really nice. And the whole table is gluten-free. So that's the spaghetti pie.
Okay, let's start over here to our right there. Then we'll take a look at so that we can see some of the dishes. It looks like on the far end you have a green bean dish.
Right. It's just green beans with a vinaigrette on it.
And that's potatoes we're looking at now. But then next to it, you have in the corner.
This is a spaghetti pie, and it's made with gluten-free spaghetti and a tomato sauce, and it's made with soy casa cheese that melts beautifully. So that's a great dish.
Right.
And then just a nice salad with cranberries and nuts on it, and that's actually garlic bread. It's made with gluten-free bread, and it has this soy casa cheese and garlic on it on top.
And there again, it browns so nicely. And then a salad here next to the garlic bread.
Just cranberries and toasted nuts and pears, just to get a little bit of variety in there. And then I think a good way to finish this is with a float. With a root beer float or an orange float or a black cherry float, all of which are sodas that the Berghoff is now making in remembrance of Prohibition.
Is that right?
Yep.
Well, whenever I'm there, I would always get the root beer. I love the root beer that they have. It's delicious. And so this is one of the root beer floats?
Yep, and they're gluten-free as well.
Wow.
So we're trying to develop as much as we can to help those who can't eat it.
Mustache there from all of that. It's got it on my nose and like milk.
It tasted good though, right?
It's good. Yes, it is. Well, this is great, Carlyn. And so now you're already preparing for family-friendly Santa Clauses at the Berghoff as well, I understand.
He's every day there visiting us and spreading his charm, and he's also going to come. We have a New Year's Eve party for kids this year.
Oh, that's great. So Santa Claus will be popping in from now until Christmas Eve at the Berghoff, and that, as you heard, between 11:30 and 3:30 each day, and that will be going on until Christmas Eve. And so you can check out the Berghoff for a family-friendly New Year's Eve party.
Absolutely.
Great, Carlyn. Thank you so much for coming in. These are wonderful dishes. And for more information on today's recipe or to watch the segment again, you can log on to WGN.WGNTV.com midday/midday.